Welcome back to another Switch Stars review. My name's Luke, and today on the channel we're taking a look at the second of two new game bundles from Qubic Games, that being the 5-in-1 best mobile games, and I recently covered off their Actions game bundle, so be sure to check that one out if you're considering picking it up. This one though is, as it says on the tin, a compilation of 5 mobile ports, but the question is, are they any good, and are they worth the asking price? Well, drop a like, subscribe if you enjoy this content and want to see more, and let's find out. So kicking things off then, we have two sausage themed games which I've previously covered on the channel, those being Run Sausage Run and Sausage Wars, and if you're wanting a more in-depth look at each of these, I've left my review on them down in the pinned comment below. But starting off with Run Sausage Run, this one is your standard endless runner style game in which the objective is to dash your way through trapped filled levels as one of many costume clad sausages, ducking beneath blades to avoid getting the chop and dodging past meat hammers to save your salami. It's a simple formula which actually turns out to be quite addictive, and in addition to the game's single player level based mode, the game also has a couple of multiplayer modes supporting up to 8 players locally. There's some nice variety to the hazards and environments in this one though, and while the gameplay does become rather repetitive, it's a fun little time filler and a good laugh to play with friends. Now, the second entry in this sausage fest is Sausage Wars, another multiplayer oriented offering which sees up to 4 players duking it out as sausages of course, in a variety of supersized arenas. Being a mobile port, again, this one keeps things simple in terms of its control scheme, having you tap or hold a single button to headbutt your opponents out of the arena or into one of its many deadly hazards, and when it comes to pickups the game is somewhat limited, offering speed boosts and shields. But there is an element of strategy to the game, as each time you kill someone you'll grow in size, thus increasing the size of your hitbox and reducing your movement speed. It's another one of those games that is perfect to kick off a party night with, and while again it's pretty limited in terms of content and there's very little customization to be had when it comes to setting up your own game modes, it actually turns out to be a lot of fun. And out of all of the games in today's bundle, I'd say that Sausage Wars is probably the one that I'd recommend the most. So our next game, Om Nom Run, has a very similar premise to Run Sausage Run in that it's an endless runner, though a 3D one and slightly more cutesy, with a Fall Guys-like cartoonishness to its environments and characters, each of which can be dressed up in an assortment of wacky costumes. Like its sausage-themed counterpart though, this one features a mission-based campaign mode containing 120 levels set across 9 different locations, a free run mode which is your standard procedurally generated endless mode, and a multiplayer mode for up to 8 players. Each of the game's stages features its own unique obstacles to avoid, giving a decent amount of variety to gameplay, and in addition to these, the game features a bunch of different power-ups to help you out and give you the upper hand. But if you enjoy endless runners or are just looking for something simple to kick off a gaming night with, then Om Nom Run is a very viable option. Now, Pudding Monsters is our next game, and this is probably the most mobile-like of the ports in this bundle, especially due to the fact that, unlike the rest, this one can only be played in handheld mode, and in order to actually play it you need to turn your Switch on its side, which isn't the most convenient. It's essentially a puzzle game though, in which you're tasked with sliding jelly-like pudding creatures around a grid-based play area, attempting to link them all up and land them on tiles marked with stars in order to complete the level and earn a star rating. The game features over 125 different levels and features a variety of different puddings, each with their own unique features, so think some which leave trails of slime which stop other puddings in the tracks, and magnet puddings which attract others towards them, and the levels start off relatively simple but increase in complexity, introducing new environmental features for you to deal with, including teleporters, springboards and travelators. It's an extremely simple concept like most mobile puzzle games, but one that might be worth it if you're looking for something to fill your time with. Dig Deep is the final game in today's roundup and one of Qubic's most recent offerings, but this is one of those ridiculously repetitive yet ridiculously addictive mining games where you're basically tasked with digging a massive hole and earning gems and coins to upgrade your tools and purchase pets, which in turn allow you to dig deeper and faster and unlock even more holes to dig. It's a real mind number, this one, designed for those wanting to just zone out and pass the time with, and if you're feeling really lazy you can even hire workers to enable idle play. But it also supports 2-player local co-op, just in case you had a friend over who wants to lend a hand or perhaps even just dig a hole for you. Like our previous game, this is another simple time filler title and one that definitely feels like a mobile game, though at least this time round it can be played in docked mode. So, as with their Actions game bundle, this is another attempt by Qubic Games to re-highlight some of their older games on the eShop, and is a tactic that has worked well for other publishers, but once again, the real question is, are you getting value for money with it? Well, unlike the Actions game bundle, these games feel a lot lighter in terms of the content, and aside from the 2 sausage games and maybe Om Nom Run, I can't really say that I personally would have any interest in playing them. Again, each of them can be picked up individually and are on sale regularly for only a couple of dollars, and while it does work out slightly cheaper if you can grab the bundle in a 90% off sale, being mobile ports, you can also pick them up on mobile for free and save yourself a purchase entirely, so it's really down to whether you feel the need to also own them on the Switch. With that said though, I do hope I was able to help you out with this one, and as always, show your appreciation with a like, consider subscribing to the channel for more Switch content including reviews, deals and top game lists, and until next time, take care of yourselves and game on.